I'm gonna be honest, boys. I'm making this video out of love and vengeance. A dear friend of mine stabbed me in the back. It was a while ago at this point, but still, the pain has not. It's been lingering for a while now. It has not left in the slightest, and I just feel so betrayed. And I'm talking about my dear friend Little Gooby. This guy, he makes some pretty good videos. You don't see any videos like his. He's a good creator. He does good stuff, but also some bad stuff like this mine video. I don't care how well edited, how well the atmosphere of the video was, how awesome the voice meshed with the music, meshed with his editing style. It doesn't matter how good of a creator he is, because he said the mines suck. And guys, you guys are gonna have the same reaction I had. Who is this guy? Like, who does he think he is saying the mine sucks, guys? Like, it's not just the explosive mine or the gas mine. He said the pyro mines suck, guys. We can't take that kind of slander around here. Now, I am sorry for the tone of this video. My voice, it's kind of low. You know, I'm trying to be quiet. My parents are asleep. And guess what, guys? I love my parents. I don't want them to have a terrible nights trying to sleep. So I'm going to keep it a little low for them. But anyways, it does match the somber tone of this video. It's like we're saying goodbye to an old friend, Little Gooby. Because we all love Little Gooby. If you're in the streams, we all love him. We only ban him 5 times every live stream, but we have to say goodbye to him. He said the mines are doo-doo. And guess what, guys? The mines are not doo-doo, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Specifically, the pyro mines. So I don't have a lot of experience with explosive mines and gas mines outside of meme builds. Explosive mines a little bit less so than a gas mines. Gas mines are good. I mean, you can use them in place of a lot of other meta stuff if you're a casual player. Like, if you don't want to run Grenade, run Gas Mine. It's really good for stalls. It's really good for blocking areas to cut off choke points. It's good for a lot of different things, but it's not nearly as effective as Pyro Mines. Not because it doesn't cover as much ground. Technically, the Pyro Mines cover less ground, but because there's going to be more fire running around than there's going to be smoke, especially since thermal has gone bye-bye. That means smoke grenades are a lot less common. That also means Pyro Mines are a lot more prevalent. And that is my assumption. Little Gooby, he made that video, he saw more pyro mines, and he was questioning why they're there. If you guys watch his video, he explains, hey, since the finals does promote more unique ways to get around the map, going through buildings, walls, not going through traditional ways to actually get through walls like doors or windows, then mines shouldn't be as easy to use because you're not going through doors or windows, you're going through walls instead of doors and windows. But that's only a theory. If everything was the perfect world that Embark was wanting us to do, where we only go through walls and not through doors or windows, then I could see why he thinks mines suck. Because, well, you won't be going through the doors or windows, so the mines are not going to do anything. But we humans are forces of nature. We go through doors in real life pretty regularly. We don't go through windows as regularly. I assume so. At least I don't. I don't know what you guys do in your freaky hours, but I don't do that. But it's definitely a lot more natural than bursting through a damn wall. And I honestly think that little bit of psychology is the reason why we don't go through walls a lot. That, or you're a medium player and you can't do it to save your life, especially if you have a heal beam. Because most people go through doors and windows in the finals, guess what's going to be pretty effective to deal a good amount of damage right off the bat? Free passive damage sometimes. That's right, mines do. Not gas mines, especially compared to the other two. Gas mines are really used for cash out defense, and that's why I don't really use them as much, because I use mines in a more unconventional way. Maybe it's unconventional. I don't really know how anyone else with mines actually play with theirs, but from my experience, it's extremely effective. So I don't know if people just don't expect me to use the mines the way I do, but the way I'm about to tell you guys how to use mines, it's gonna help you guys out a lot if you haven't been doing this already. The style I use mines is basically I throw them around whenever I can. I never have a mine not on cooldown. So you see me doing this mainly when I'm running away from enemies. Like, as a heavy, you're not going to outrun them, so sooner, most likely, rather than later, you're going to be fighting these people unless they're just bad at the game and they can't catch up to you for some reason. That's when mines are really, really effective, especially against lights, because pyro mines, they do impact damage, which is really good. They do upwards of 60, 70, 80 damage depending on how close they are to the mine when it explodes. Not only that, if it isn't a light dashing through the mine, one, they're going to take more damage from the impact, and two, they're going to take burn damage, which does damage them, but even better, it delays their health regeneration, so it gives you more time to, one, either heal yourself or get into a better position to attack them. And I'm going to be talking about pyro mines a lot more than the other two, mainly because I only use the pyro mines, but I have a feeling the way I use pyro mines, it's going to be effective with explosive mines, not so much gas mines. Explosive mines, they're instant damage. It's pretty self-explanatory on how those bad boys work. And in some ways, they actually work better than pyro mines in some of the situations I'll be explaining here. The first one being, when I'm using Charge and Slam or the KS, since that is my main specialization weapon loadout, I use both Charge and Slam and KS to go back and forth, making different choke points, making different entryways into the room that I'm defending. Let's say I'm using the Charge and Slam to escape a bad position I found myself in. I'm in the middle of the open. Oh no, I'm getting shot at by 3 doofuses with ARNs and XPs. No problem. Get out of jail free card just with a tap of a button. Go through a wall. They're all chasing you down, but guess what? You place down a mine preemptively just for all 3 of them to start burning alive. It's awesome. It's like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, except God is not on their side. It's a great feeling. Now, is it like some sort of heresy to compare 3 doofus and nerd elites to Bible icons? Probably not. I might get smited by the end of this video, honestly. But hey, anything for the views, am I right, boys? Yeah. But that is pretty much the most effective way I found when it came to using mines. The way Little Goopy is, and I'm not saying this to like put him on the Yearn, right? He's a great creator and you guys should check him out. His link will be in the description. He phrased mines to be much more reactive than he really thinks they are. From how I use mines, I use them in a very offensive way or in an extremely defensive way that is still offensive at the same time. So when he was talking about a defensive mine placement, he was talking about they're mainly used in cash outs to block anybody from going into the room, or maybe it's just for area denial, which he isn't wrong about. That is a main way to use them. But the way I use them is, I assume differently because he didn't explain any of the ways I actually use them for. Placing them directly behind a door, sure, it's going to be obvious that it's going to be behind there if you're going up against a heavy, because us heavies love our pyro mines, guys. When that heavy is below 100 HP, you're not going to be thinking, oh shoot, that guy's going to be placing a mine right after he entered that doorway. You're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, that guy is going to give me 500 bucks after I shoot him in the face a couple more times. Let me go ahead and ape him. And then they get set on fire, and then all you have to do is shoot him in the face with your 23mm slug shotgun, and they don't know what hit them. Well, they do actually. They'll see it in the kill feed, but you guys know what I mean. When it comes to pyro mines especially, the name of the game is unpredictability. You place the mines where they don't really expect the mines to be. When it comes to like the staircases, that's one of my favorite places to actually place mines at. You put them in staircases on the very top of the landing. So like, let's say it's one of those staircases in Monaco. You go up the staircase and then to the left, there's a bunch of rooms, right? You don't place them in the doorway, right? You place it right at the top of the landing to where they barely see it until they'll see it when it explodes, basically. You don't place it in the middle of a room to where everyone sees it. You place it in an area that is high traffic, but it's harder to see, harder to hear, harder to see the LED. It's just harder to deal with. Or even better, pyro mines are the best with this because smoke isn't as abundant as fire is to counter gas. You place them in areas where sure, it might be obvious that they're there, but even if they explode the mine, they can't do anything about it. That's why I hate using fire bombs, like the fire barrels, to break into like a roof or something, because I know I'm going to get damaged by the fire for like 2 or 3 bars, depending on how long I'm in the fire for, to get inside that building, because the fire is going to linger there. It's the same case with the pyro mines. And this is what he talked about, what Little Goopy talked about. Aerial denial is the name of the game, with especially pyro grenades, because it's a little bit harder to deal with compared to gas. So if you can't place it in a spot that isn't obvious towards the players, but it's still going to be good for you, even if it gets exploded by the other players, then that's perfect. It's kind of the same situation with a C4 underneath a cash out. They blow up the C4, but guess what? The C4 was there to get blown up anyways. It's going to do exactly what the people who placed the C4 down actually want in the first place, except it's just going to happen a little sooner. But guess what? They place it there to explode. I mean, what? It's not pacifist. Explosives aren't there for funsies to hand out flowers or anything. They're going to blow up. It's just a matter of time of when they are going to blow up. It's the same thing with the pyro mines. The only difference between C4s and mines as a whole, not just pyro mines, you can actually trigger when the C4 does explode. And Little Goopy does mention this. There is a bit of a downside with pyro mines compared to C4s, is you can't manually detonate them when you want them to. So sure, I guess that's a problem, especially with the radius of someone triggering a mine to be so low. That does suck sometimes. But my thinking is you're going to have to pull out the C4 remote to blow it up in the first place. If you place the mines in a perfect way to where they're going to step on it no matter what, you can just open fire while they're taking the impact damage, the fire damage, the gas damage from any of these mines while you're shooting at them. Just kill them much, much quicker. Now, at the end of the day, Little Goopy tried the mines and he didn't like them. And that is completely valid, not just because he went onto Reddit saw people say, I don't like the mines because of this, and he just thinks that way. He actually tried the item before he made his own opinion on it, and I respect him for it. And he's still one of my best friends on the internet. He's such a cool guy, and if you guys haven't checked out his channel, you guys should. He's a cool YouTuber. Give him some love. Even though he didn't have the same opinion I did, I can still love the guy. He's a cool dude. We play Plants vs. Zombies together. What's a better bonding experience than that? Even though he doesn't like one of my favorite gadgets, I can still love him like a brother. But I can still bully him when I get a super cool play with the pyro mines and start bullying him for saying that he doesn't think the mines are good. I mean, what you think I don't have a funny bone? Do you think I'm not going to make fun of some buds? You guys are funny. Honestly, you guys are funnier than funny, man. He's pretty funny. But let me know if you guys think like I think, aka the right way, or if you think how Little Goopy thinks, which is still the right way, by the way, but just not as right as my way. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the mines. Honestly, give me some ideas on how you think they're tweaked, if they're underpowered, overpowered. Give me some suggestions down in the comments below. I know this wasn't really a, hey, this thing needs a rework kind of video like I have been doing with the Serb, with the V9S. This one was more like my Deagles video from way back when. Let me get your guys' thoughts down below. But other than that, boys, that's pretty much all I had for you guys. You guys have a good one.